Hello, beautiful people, and how are you all doing this beautiful Saturday evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you might be joining me from? And this is Parenting Essentials with Oye. It's our Saturday live where we come together every Saturday to share essential parenting. And today I'll be talking about something very, very important, a topic that is very beautiful that I believe everyone, be it parent, caregiver, or intending parent, is going to benefit from. But before I dive into today's topic, I want you to let me know which part of the world you are joining me from today. Kindly drop a comment. Let me know where you're joining me from today, and I'll be glad to read and celebrate you. All right. Oye is here. Tell somebody to tell somebody. If you don't mind, you can also share that Oye is live. Call somebody. Don't be selfish. We want to talk about something very important. And today I'm talking about the danger of raising an obedient child. You heard it right. Yes, that is not an error. You heard that right. And that is exactly what I'm talking about today. The danger of raising an obedient child. Oh, coach, what do you mean? I should not raise an obedient child? You're going to decide by yourself at the end of today. Just take a deep breath, get your cold water if you are in a very hot region like myself. But if your area is still kind of cold, just go ahead and get a very warm tea, maybe hot chocolate or coffee, whatever is good for you, and relax, and let's talk about this together. There is no worry, no panic. At the end of today's episode, you are going to decide if you want to continue to just raising an obedient child or you want to change the narrative. All right, welcome again to Parenting Essential, and it's Saturday live. Let me know if you can hear me clearly, if you can see me, if I'm audible enough, if I should roll. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. Who is there with me? Can you hear me clearly? All right, okay. The danger of raising an obedient child. I don't know what you're talking about. Why shouldn't I raise an obedient child? What they're talking about? What does this mean? Let's find out. Because many parents, and I can say again, I mean it. Many parents, they focus on solely on obedience only, rather than cultivating the habit of critical thinking, whatever, intelligence, social skill, life skills. They focus mainly on raising an obedient child. My child is so obedient. And this particular situation or particular pattern of parenting can lead to so many harmful circumstances or situations. And that is why I really want everyone who's going to see this video, maybe you're joining me live or you're going to be coming across this video later, to take a deep breath, be open-hearted, and open your ears to listen to this so that you can get something tangible out of today's session. Because if you're not careful and if you just shut your mind, close your ears, you are just going to read the meaning or just believe what they're saying, and you're not going to get nothing from today's session. All right. So what sort of parent are you? Are you just that parent? You know what? I'm raising an obedient child and nobody can tell me. Or you really want to open your mind to your child being skillful, the life skills. They are critically in thinking when it comes to decision making. You need to sincerely ask yourself this question, because it can be the negative effect of raising an obedient child only can be so massive. So instead of just raising an obedient child, what about you start to think about, I'm raising an intelligent child, I'm nurturing. I'm not just even raising, I'm nurturing an intelligent child. Somebody who's emotionally aware. Somebody who is conscious of self, they're conscious of their environment. Can you just broaden this? Can you just break it down so that you have clarity of what you're doing? A child who is skilled, who can think, who knows what to do part time. I know the children, they might not be able to, in fact, not might. They will not be able to get all this just like that, like an inmate, but our job is to teach them. But when we teach them to just obey, they will just know that, and they're not going to be able to do much more than that. And if you're listening to me right now and you're just furious, you're just angry, they've come again. Which one is the danger of raising an obedient child? My parent raised me to be obedient, and that is why I turned out to be who I am today. If that is what is going in your mind right now, I want to tell you that yes, you are the one I'm here for today. You are the one I'm actually talking to today. So take a deep breath and stay there. Hang on there. Don't go anywhere. So many parents actually take a lot of pride in this. You know what? My children are obedient. My children dare not move when I say freeze. They sit when I ask them to sit. I've said so many things regarding this over the years, but today I want to go deeper. I've thought about raising a robotic child, but today let's go deeper. So take a deep breath. I'm not here for you in a negative way, but I'm here to impact you. And don't forget to give your thank you after this video. Don't forget to drop a thank you when you get the point. All right. So we're going to talk about the negative effect on raising a child who is only obedient. The negative effect. What are the side effects? Why should I not raise just an obedient child? Why should you not raise just an obedient child? And why is it very important? How can raising an obedient child turn out to be something negative? Just quickly, I'm going to share something that I saw today. This afternoon, I saw a skit, just like normal skit that, just this Facebook skit. I saw a skit of a child a mother who told a grown-up guy, slap your maybe wife or girlfriend. I didn't even put much attention to that. Slap. And he did slap. Slap again, he did slap. About fourth, I'm not satisfied, just do it again. And the mother asked, why did you slap her? And he said, I slapped because you asked me to do that. So, but why did you slap her? This guy, does not know the why. All he knew was that, you are my mom and you asked me to slap her. Am I going to disobey you? Is that the kind of child we are raising? Why am I saying these examples and this? I'll be sharing some scenarios so that we can understand, so that you can break your solid heart, your solidified, your stubborn, the stony heart. You can break it down so that it can be of a great advantage for your child, so that your parenting will be of a great advantage for your child. And the mom was like, you know what? So if I ask you to do anything, you're going to do it. So imagine you raising a child that, when you just say, do this because you said so, because you are the father. And this is what we are telling them today with pride. And the child is asking you, you know what, mommy, why do I need to do this? Daddy, why do I need to do this? Say, because I'm your mom, just do it. Because I'm your dad, just do it. They might always continue to listen to you. You might have been successful in raising them to just listen to you, but know that you're setting them for a greater harm in the future. You're setting them for bigger trouble. You're setting them for limitations. And that is what I'll be talking about in a few moments. So I'm going to be talking about some hidden dangers. We don't actually know much. We don't actually give meaning to these things. We don't even know it does. It doesn't matter. Can this really, really happen? Yes, it does. Let's explore them. When you're raising a child with blind obedience only, this can lead to a harmful action. Where your child is just going to listen to you, just going to say, yes, mommy, yes, daddy, anytime, any day. It's a thing of joy for you at this moment, right? You feel so proud. You can share anywhere in the midst of your friends when their own child is struggling. You want to say, you know what, my child dare not do that. My teenagers cannot do that. Cannot even ask me why. Pat yourself at the back. Pat yourself at the back because you're not doing a great job. And open your mind, be ready to change your ways. It sounds good now, but think about the future of your child. I just shared this kid I saw, but let's talk about you jokingly even saying to your child, slap your friend. And you are just maybe a sarcasm, just something like a joke that you're trying to crack. And before you even say it, your child has landed a slap on the friend's face. Just like that. The friend just received a slap. You're just expecting your child to just laugh, but because his mommy said so, because daddy said so, they didn't even have a second talked about it. They didn't even think about it. They just gave a slap A hot slap, a hot slap, a hot slap. And you just wondering, but I'm just joking. Why will my child do this? This is what you have done over the time. This is the effect of you raising your child to be this over the time. So what have you done? You have raised a child who we obey without thinking. You have successfully raised a child who we obey authority, obey you as a parent, as a father, the caregiver, without having any second thought. You're still thinking, but what is the big deal in that? They should obey authority. They should obey me as a parent. Yes, is that how you still feel? Still calm down. Drink your tea. Drink your cold water and listen. They can't think they don't have any opinion. They don't think whatever it is. They just want to obey. They obey without thinking. They will lack the ability, to pause, ability to reflect, ability to question wrong. You see, many children cannot even question what is actually wrong that everybody can see, but because their parents have successfully raised them to, just obey. So this ability is going to be something they cannot experience, something they cannot explain. Am I making sense and am I talking to you? Are you listening? And this ability not to even think is going to extend to the aspect of when the command is harmful. When the command they've received is not safe. Yet, even when they sense is danger, even when they sense this is dangerous, danger ahead, they still believe, this person that said it, I cannot tell this person no. Is that what you're doing? And what can this affect, and how can this affect to their adulthood? This can be a great negative effect when they become an adult. Such child can also be a prey to peer pressure. Their friends are always pushing them. They're under peer pressure every time because you have trained them never to know how to say no. So when their friend is asking them to do something, ask them to do something very negative, they will do it. They are not used to the word, no, I can't do that. Are you getting why you should raise a child that can actually say yes or ask no? A child that can tell you, Mommy, why? Daddy, why do I need to do that? It is not necessarily being rude, and that is where your job comes in, how you're going to teach them. Are you going to teach them to disagree appropriately? That is your job, to teach your children, those who are in your care, to learn how to disagree appropriately. It's a skill, and it's our job to teach it. They are not just going to automatically learn it. Your job, my job, to teach every child in our care to learn how to disagree appropriately, so that we don't set them, we don't endanger them unknowingly or even knowingly. But I'll use the word unknowingly because if you know what you're doing is wrong, I believe you will not do it because you're not a wicked parent. If you know what you're doing is going to be harmful for your children, I totally believe that you will not do that. So that means you're doing that to your child unknowingly. And that is what we want to eradicate today. That is what we want to learn so that we stop those acts today. So don't just do things because of your self-ego alone. You know what? I can say anywhere, I know my child dare not. And if you think deep, this is just about you and your self-ego. You're not thinking about the negative effect on your child. So think about it today. So if that word obedient is so, is so important to you, if you want your child to be obedient, it is very important to you. So why not just change it, that you're not just going to raise a child who is obedient, but it's going to be obedient with understanding. That is, if you cannot take it out, because I understand them, that's so personal. And when we talk about culture and beliefs, some words are so precious to individuals that you cannot let go of it. So instead of saying you're raising an obedient child or having in the back of your mind that your child is just obedient, can you just have in back that you are raising an obedient child with understanding? The child who can understand when to say no or when to ask questions before they obey. or before he or she will obey. They are not going to obey blindly. There is no blind obedience. Raise a child without blind obedience. So if that word is precious to you, why not say I'm raising a child without, without blind obedience? That help. That is safe to say. Instead of just saying, All right. Who is there? If you're there, you're getting it. Type in the comment section and tell me you're getting it. If you need more clarity, type in the comment section and say, I need more clarity. If you have any question also, put it down. And I will try as much as possible to answer your question quickly before I'm out of here in few minutes. So because obedient children may struggle with self-advocacy. When I was talking about cultures and beliefs and how they bring about limitation, I shared a story, a scenario about a lady, who has been taught over the time, you don't speak when leaders are speaking, you don't speak when authority is speaking, you don't speak when, management is speaking. And over the years, she has struggled at place of work. Even when she's the one behind the huge success of the company, the management are not aware because the colleague are going to use our idea to take promotion, to shine and take the glory. They will be at the meeting. She'll not be able to speak up, but everything that she has shared with her colleague and what the same thing they're going to share to take the reward, to take promotion, to take everything. So, if you are raising a child with just an obedient skill, they are going to grow up to lack self-advocacy. They cannot speak up for themselves. And I've seen this many times where I've seen children being accused, even as early years classroom, early primary sessions. They've been accused wrongly, maybe for a pencil or somebody spill water on the table on somebody's book. And truth be told, they are not the one who have done that. And they know. But because they've been taught to just accept, they've been taught to just obey. And another child has reported such child to the teacher that so and so spill water on my book. Instead of such child to just speak for themselves and say, I'm not the one who spilled the water. Probably they even know who spilled the water. But they're just going to keep quiet. Because they lack self-advocacy. And that is your fault. And that might be somebody's fault. That might be my fault if I don't raise my children to be able to speak for themselves, to have blind obedience. They cannot speak. Whatever any classmate says, they said, okay. They just nod their head and they just receive blame for what they have not done. So imagine a child at early stage who is always used to receiving blame. And the most sad aspect of this is the teacher will even write a report for this child. And the child will come home. You are still going to continue the blaming. Why did you spill the water on your classmate's book? Your teacher sent me a note. And the child will still be looking at you because they don't even know how to say, Mommy, I didn't do it. And those one who will even manage to say, Mommy, I wasn't the one, you will not even believe. I say, why will you say that? Will your teacher be lying? An authority cannot lie against you. It's high time we woke up and start to do the right thing so that we do not endanger our children in their future. Teach your children. Get them skills that will enable them to be able to advocate for themselves. And this all start from the word. I'm raising an obedient child. My child dare not speak even when I'm speaking. My child even dare not look at my face when I'm talking. Hello. Daddy and mommy, principality and power. Are you there? Is that you? Okay, I'm not here for you today, but I really want you to take something home from here. No jokes. It is very important because you know what? My priority is on our growing glory, and that is very important to me. We're talking about our children, and I think it should be your priority also. Don't just raise them to be, take anything anybody is saying about you. Let them have their own voice. Let them be able to have their own voice. Don't just raise them to obey without voice. You are raising them to just be obedient. They are obeying without their own voice. You are destroying their future. You are just setting them up for disaster in future. Because by the time they become an adult, it will be another story entirely. And such adult always, they suffer in silence. Their tolerance level, they tolerate injustice. And they are still going to back it up. I have high level of tolerance. Tolerance is good, but this is not the case. This is not the case of you crediting your lack of a particular skill in the name of you have high tolerance. So parents, let's do better. High tolerance. This is not high tolerance. When you tolerate injustice, that is not high tolerance. So they become, anything goes. They believe it's submission sometimes. Such adults, they believe, they are submitting. And it's a noble thing to do. It's okay. It is not okay. And say to yourself, it is not okay for me to just raise my child to be obedient. I'm going to be out of here soon because of time. And I'm going to be checking if I have any questions soon. So, over obedience can kill your child's curiosity. When your child overly obey, too much of obedience. For those who doesn't want to remove that word. So I'm still keeping it for you. It's going to kill their curiosity. It's going to kill your child's innovation. They can't even think. They can't come up with anything. They can't ask. They can't learn. And it's going to affect their skills also. Talking about artwork, talking about science work, creativity projects, research. And because of this skill that they lack, it's going to affect other aspects of their academic race or the academic journey. Because they lack curiosity. Because overly obedient, obey over the time has killed their curiosity. Because they know they can't even ask. So this is going to indirectly affect them academically. Am I speaking to you today? So when your child is asking you something a certain way, don't always think, my child is very rude. When did you become that? When do you start questioning me? Does that sound like you? When do you start questioning me? When do you start questioning your daddy? When daddy speak, we just listen. Please stop it. Stop it. Because you're setting them off. There are quite a lot of things that you can even set that your teenage girl that you're telling, or even your teenage boys. We know what is happening around the world today. That's the same way an uncle or a close family member is molesting them and they think it's okay because mommy and daddy have said, we don't talk back to an adult. You don't say no. And yet you be playing the victim. I raised my child well. You did not. Sometimes, it's just good to just tell ourselves the truth. Because many a times when we see situations like this, when we see clients who are complaining about these things, they tend to play the victim. Meanwhile, the child is the victim. I did everything. I raised my child well. I taught my child manners. But you never taught that child how to speak up. You never taught that child how to say no. Can we stop playing the victim and do the right thing? Because you have shown them over the time from asking why, they tend to not just ask again. And these are the reasons why. Even when they're thinking in their head, why is that person just touching me anyhow? They can't come to you and ask because they know that if I come and ask mommy, it's going to be an issue. It's like you have confused their brain. Let's do better. I'm going to stop right now. Let's do better. If I have any question, please, I'm going to check right now so that we can talk about this question. So my question to you as we go today, are you still going to be raising just an obedient child? Or you want to change the narrative? Are you going to raise a skillful child, a child with life skill, intelligent, who is even curious? Just answer that question and just think about which area you need to amend. Or you just want to raise them to just follow instructions? Or you are still having your self-ego, what? I'm just going to continue to enjoy my self-ego. If you want to continue to enjoy your self-ego, sincerely, I don't mind. But my concern is about your growing glory. I love them too much. And that is why I'm going to tell you to please don't continue. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So don't change their personality in the process, because many children over the time, their personality have been changed, have been altered because of such a situation. Because you have teach them to learn these skills and they have lost their personality over the time. So please do better. Do better and learn from this. Let's raise a child who is, a thinker, self-confident. They can ask you why, but teach them to learn how to ask responsibly, appropriately. Mommy, can you please let me know why I need to do this? That is not true. If you have issues with your child, say, Mommy, can you let me know why I need to do this, and you have issues with it, then you might need to work on you. If that is an issue, that is making me to, that is ringing and loud, shouting in my ears, that might be an underlying issue like trauma or anything. That's what I'm hearing. So please just do better and do this thing. So don't raise children who we only follow others. They should not only follow your others. Your children should not only follow others. You have to raise children who are deep thinkers, who ask wisely, who act rightly. They can think deeply. They can ask wisely. They can also act rightly. And that is very important. Because as I go, I'll tell you, because obedience without wisdom is a ticking time bomb. Can I say that again? If you're not taking anything home today, note that obedience without wisdom, if you're raising a child who just obey without thinking, obedience without thinking is a tick time bomb. You're just waiting for the right time to explode. Thank you for joining me today on today's episode of Parenting Essentials. I want to say thank you wherever you might be joining me from. And I believe this is actually worth your time. Today, I believe it has worth your time. I just want to check different platforms to see if I have any question. It has worth your time that we are not just going to raise an obedient child because it is so dangerous. It's not just that it can be so dangerous, but it is actually so dangerous. So we are going to raise them to be a thinker, a critical thinker, and to know exactly what they are doing. Okay, who is there? Thank you, my brother, for joining me. Thank you. Oh, Alam, thank you so much for joining me on my personal account, Olawi Esther Oyelayo. And I am going to quickly check others if possible. If not, we're going to call it a day. All right. God bless you. God bless you, everyone. Thank you so much. And if you're just seeing my face for the very first time today, this is Parenting Essentials. It is the home of key strategies to parenting, and you're welcome. Thank you for joining me. We come live every Saturday evening and we share essential parenting skills. We hold hands, we learn new things, we learn key essentials for us to journey properly in our parenting. And I believe today it is not by accident that you are here today. I believe you joining today is not by accident, it's not by chance, it is ordained so that you can go home with something. Thank you so much. Somebody is on, I can see a comment on YouTube. Toyin, the person is named Toyin. Thank you for joining. I say following coach. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. Everyone on YouTube. Thank you. I can see other people there, but there's no comment. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining. And I'll be coming your way again next week by the grace of God on another amazing topic on parenting essentials. So till then, next week. Okay. Hopefully I'll be here because it's Easter weekend. Next week is Easter weekend. Oh, I'm very excited. Who is excited like me? If you're excited like me on this year Easter weekend experience, if you know how it's going to happen this year, you're going to be very excited because we have amazing registrations, and that alone is worthy of thanks. Thank you for trusting us with your children. And if your child or your children are yet to register, please register. We have shared the link many times on my account on the Vision Guide page. So please do well, especially those who are watching on Instagram. We can share link on Instagram. So you have to go to Facebook and click the link. please do well and register your child. It's never too late. It's never too late. So it's going to be on the 18th and on the 19th, which is going to be the Friday and the Saturday. It's a 2 days online program for children, and it has been 4 amazing years. This is the 4th year, and this year in particular is themed the greatest love, the greatest love, the greatest love. I'm super excited about what the children will be learning this time. We have other amazing teachers that are on board already. So it's going to be an amazing time. We're going to have an amazing session of impartation, a special impartation for your children this year. So don't let them miss it. So we are not joking. We are going to have great time. We're going to have fun. We're going to do art and craft. We're going to dance. And above all, we are going to have impartation, infilling of the Holy Ghost. How does that sound to you? So why will your child miss that? Why will your child miss opportunity to have a personal encounter with God? Why will your child miss that opportunity to have a personal relationship or to develop their relationship with God? So do well and register your children. Don't be a selfish parent. Come on now. I'm talking about selfish parent. I hope you have your copy. And for everyone watching or you are here in Doha, it is now available in Doha. So you can place your order on our business line. The Selfish Parent book is now available in Doha. You can place your order and it's going to be delivered to you anywhere in Doha. Anywhere in Doha. Outside Doha can be delivered also. So if you are in Qatar in general, it is available. It is available. All you need to do is to book, and it shall be delivered to you in time if you are within Qatar and its environment. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're seeing this beautiful face, this little girl face for the first time today, my name is Oyelayo, but you can call me Oye for short. I'm your family life practitioner and your parenting coach. And on this note, I say parenting must be intentional, parenting must be purposeful, parenting must be full of vision, because this vision is what is going to guide you, guide me, guide us jealously. And that is why we say only the vision guides. Bye for now. God bless you.